What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. We are here. Shout out to the producers. Y'all know I call my subscribers the producers. We have the best chat out there. Y'all keep it going out there. We just did a pre-show over there on Station Here. You can catch all of those episodes on Station Here. A little announcement. We'll be live doing a prayer call, having conversation Monday on tomorrow that we're doing a prayer call. We may have a special guest with Patreon and with YouTube. Okay, we will be doing a prayer call for those people that are sending requests for prayer. If you want to hear that request live, you have to be a member over there to hear the prayer. And also for people that don't have the money to hear the prayer call, we will have a service on next Sunday. We will be having a service. So put your requests in. If you're praying for a family, you got somebody sick and shut in, you got this, you got a husband that's acting right, or if you got a wife that's not acting right, we'll be doing that on Sunday. All right, we got a couple of super chats. Thank you, T1. Thank you, Natalie K. Thank you, Miss Wings. Thank you, and Griff Reach, said for being one of the only YouTubers with the okay, you know what, to stand against the grain and go live. Let's make this all right. Okay, so let's go to our first topic. All right, where we at? We're gonna go to our first topic here. I want to say make sure y'all like the video because we definitely need y'all to like the video. If you have not liked the video, like the video. Okay, and we got to get this started because it's a lot in here, and I do want to take the phone calls. Grandma Holla. Oh my gosh. Grandma Holla passed away. Internet sensation. She was in her mid-90s. Her granddaughter announced that Miss Holla went to be with the Lord. She also had terminal cancer, and she was battling with that for years. She was a former teacher, and all of those things were going on. And I immediately was saying that I am praying, that I want some other thoughts. Who's going to inherit the money? And the reason why I say who's going to inherit the money, because it is a gold mine with her social media, lotteries, frappes, and laughs. So who's going to inherit all of that coin and the thousands of dollars that are coming? I did an estimate. I talked to somebody in the family, and they said Miss Holla in the family, they get apparently about almost $10,000 a month between Facebook donations and stars, between donations that are sending to the P.O. box with checks and money orders, and also the monetization on YouTube. So who is going to inherit that money? And of course, you're going to see a fight that's going to happen because, you know, when a person die in a black family, typically it'd be some drama that go on. Now, one of the grandsons have been accused of stealing $12,000 from Grandma Holla before she passed. So now the question would be, who is going to inherit her YouTube checks? Who is going to inherit her Facebook checks? Who is going to inherit all of that? And so we're going to keep you updated. Like I said, her granddaughter last night reported that Miss Holla, she died in her sleep. She died peacefully. She did say that she will let us know, meaning the audience, the funeral arrangement. So we are definitely going to keep her in her family in our prayers. And we're going to see how this is going to go. And I will be keeping my eye out on the grandson because that's where he be spilling all the tea on his YouTube channel. We're going to see how this is going to be played out, you know, in the future. We definitely going to give that breakdown over that because we want to know what really happened, what really going to happen with her money allegedly being missing, and who's going to inherit the money. All right. And this doesn't just happen in African American families. With money, happens in all families. But I just focus on the black family because I'm black. All right. Jaguar Wright, on yesterday, all hell broke loose with Jaguar Wright. Earlier, like I said, yesterday, early morning, she called 911 on her husband. She claimed that her husband was going to pull and pow her. She said that to the officer. The officer said, your son said that did not happen. We get conflicting reports. Then she decided to go and meet her husband at the barbershop, and it was a fight at the barbershop, and they were going back and forth. They were dragging it. She actually proceeded to get into her car. She put the ashes on her son ashes. Her son is deceased, so she took it and put the ashes in like a little box. It looked like a cereal box or something. She put it all on her face. Then she proceeded to go outside her car, and she proceeded to throw the ashes at her husband. Poof. That's like all that. That's not even, will be considered to be excessive. She considered to throw the ashes on her husband. Whoosh. It's a comedy show that Monique did. She held some powder in her hand and she whoosh. So that's what that reminded me of. I said, wow. And then she proceeded to go in the barbershop. Her husband was boxing it out in the barbershop. Solar tried to go in the barbershop. He's a former member of Carbonation. The people didn't allow him in, and they had a drama. Then we leave that piece because that live ended. Then we get that Jaguar got in handcuffs. It was reported that she went to jail. That is not correct. She is in a psychiatric hospital. Hospital. So she's in there getting some psychiatric treatment, and I'm glad that she's getting some treatment. They are definitely putting her in the hospital to get her to do a psych eval on her, because clearly she ain't all the way well up there. She think Jay-Z is out to her. She think Barbara Walters is out to her. She think Gary Coleman is out to her. She think all of these people is out to her because she's a little paranoid. So I'm glad that she is going to get some psychiatric treatment. So hopefully she can come out and being well. Then that happened. Then her husband, which we rarely hear her husband talking. We rarely hear this man talking, doing interviews. He decided to go on a YouTube channel. He was talking like, I don't understand why she would do this. She came to my house and then I caught Solar in the bed and I said, get out of my bed, get out of my house. And then Jaguar said, he's not leaving. This is my nephew. And they've been having all of those type of bickerings and stuff like that. Then he said the officers tried to pull out their device to do the pow-pow, tried to pow-pow him. And and then he said, I prayed that they don't take me out. And then he said, God heard his prayer, because one of the officers said, oh no, it's his phone, because she put out a report to the cops that he's a veteran and that he want to end people's lives. He want to pow-pow her. So the police came with their weapons drawn and they wanted to pow-pow him. So they have this whole ordeal that's going on in these streets. And then Jaguar got arrested. Then his phone died. Then he proceeded to go right back on that particular channel to say, hey, I have I just said, how's Jaguar? Where she's I'm not gonna tell you where she's at. Pretty much, you could give cash apps to help bail her out. And of course, people were sending cash apps, but she's not in the hospital. She's not in a jail cell. She's in the hospital. So her husband, particularly, is scamming the people. Now, this is what I've heard, that Jaguar Wright, and Solar, that member from Carbonation, they were sleeping together. Then today, the son was talking. He was doing an interview saying his mom is okay, his mom is this, his mom is that, but he really ain't giving a tea about his mom having a mental illness. So I didn't really hear that part. And if he did say that, let me know. So his son did an interview. This is really sad. And I'm hearing that the son The father just want the son back, this to be with him, does not do interviews. I did reach out to the father. He denied my request for an interview. And he just pretty much said, just pray emojis, just pretty much pray. But I did reach out to Jaguar Wright's ex-husband to get him on the show. He declined my request for him to be on the show, but it is quite, sad that, the son, have to speak up and talk about it. And according to Jaguar Wright, her son got autistic. He have autism. So, So you see all of this situation. This is all public. And of course, the blogs have posted it as well. And all of this is going on. But I been knew that she was earlier when she interviewed the ex-husband, when she interviewed Jaguar Wright's mother-in-law, her ex-husband's mother. And when she started arguing and cussing out the mother, said, I want to see my son. The son come up and she said, Mom, I'm fine. She just caused a lot of chaos. She should have been arrested then. She should have been in a psychiatric hospital then, but she wasn't in there then. I saw how she was acting. So a lot of people were saying, hey, Jaguar Wright is telling the truth. She's speaking truth to power. If what she's saying, if they didn't sue her, she must be telling the truth. No, they ain't suing her because they know she ain't well. They know, number one, she's not well. Number two, she ain't got no money at the end of the day. And that ain't going to stop her to do it. And they're just homeless. If they had money, he wouldn't have to ask for cash apps to go ahead on and give to her to get her out of jail. But she's not in jail. She's definitely in the house. Okay? That's what she's at. Now, she did claim, Jaguar said yesterday in that particular video, that Solar is her nephew. That is not true. Solar is not her nephew. That is just a person that she brought in her house because Solar is homeless. He reached out to Jaguar. Jaguar welcomed him into the house, and they allegedly had a relationship. And I can't say the word, but when two people get in the bed, and when you hear that song, There's a Meeting in My Bedroom, when you hear R. Kelly, when you hear Barry White, when you hear all of that stuff, when you hear some Chris Brown, or when you hear Trey Songz, Neighbors Know My Name, okay, when you hear that, they was having an affair, and the husband got jealous. And I knew they was having an affair because the husband was talking about this on an interview. They was having an affair. She was giving that wet, that gushy stuff to Solar. And Solar have a tendency, he came from a cult where most everybody in there was sleeping with men, women and women. They did all that. They was catching some bumps, smelling like onions, smelling like musk. They was smelling like all of that. And that's the type of cult that he came from. And so he came right into the YouTube streets. Then the YouTubers came through and they exploited Jaguar Wright for monetary gain. Jaguar came on our show and she stayed for a couple of minutes, and then she did another interview. And then people got on their Instagram, interviewed her, and they said it was a friend of Jaguar. I said, no, you're not a friend. You here for clicks and views. I'm not mad at you because if she come on your channel to get clicks and views, make you get more money, I think it's awesome. And I think we do what it do. I knew that Jaguar wasn't serious about YouTube because when you go to her channel, baby, she got some World War II type of equipment. Like you see that it's just all the way wrong. I'm like, what in the world are we going to? We go up in there and it's just bad quality, just bad quality. But she go to other channels, she do it and everything like that. But then when she go to them other channels, she don't be calm. She want to cuss. She want to be ratchet. She go to the bigger channels, the bigger YouTube channels. She dressed nice. She come on the channel. She's not really being belligerent. But when she go to smaller channels, she should just say whatever. So I am glad that she's in a house. I'm glad that she gets the medication. She's medicated because I know how this goes because I've been in a house. She cannot leave until they lift that I forgot what they call it, but they put her on a hold, not just on a hold for the S word hold, that if she don't do harm to herself. She will not be able to be released from the hospital until a psych doctor sign off. Now, when you're in a psych hospital and they put you in a hold, and they put you on a by the state, whether it's a 5150 or that, they just put you on a hold. You can go to court and have a quote unquote type of hearing. But typically with those hearings, I was in one of them hearings. They typically take the side of the doctor, because if the doctor say Jaguar needs more treatment, she said she's not well to be out there with the rest of society, she would continue to be there to get some help. So you won't be seeing Jaguar until a couple of weeks. if that, and then that doesn't stop her legal problems, because if the police feel like they want to file, if they want to arrest her because they're going to typically going to be some charges, that could be as well. But when she's in the psych treatment, they won't be able to do anything until the psych doctor sign off to get her to come out there. So she's literally in there getting treatment, speaking to her psych doctor, and there we be able to properly diagnose her. We don't know if she ever been diagnosed. She could be diagnosed, but didn't take her medicine. So now, right then and there, we're going to see how it is. And of course, they're going to see the videos that what she was doing, posting it all on her videos. Like she was posting it everywhere. Everywhere she was posting a video. Everywhere. Ooh, this water's cold. Everywhere she was posting a video. Everybody was posting it, and she streamed it in live time. And all of that stuff was going on. And I said, wow, she's definitely in a psych hospital getting treatment. I don't think her son should be doing interviews. Unfortunately, I don't think so. I don't think her husband's doing it. Y'all should just let Jaguar get the psych treatment. I shouldn't see her son do no more interviews. I shouldn't see the husband doing no more interviews, because Jaguar needs the help. You know what I'm saying? Jaguar need assistance. You know, she needs psych treatment. She don't need no more interviews until she's clear-minded, until she's medicated, until, you know, she speaks to her psychiatrist or therapist. I don't think she needs any more interviews, because the things that she was saying was she was out of her mind. So if YouTubers say they love her, they're praying for her, don't put a camera in front of her face, because she literally needs treatment. And she needs to go through this in this healing process, decompress, and maybe when she come out, she will get the help that she need. And then also, because when you go in a psych hospital, they will tell you, because I've been in a psych hospital a couple of times, they will tell you, they will say, hey, once you leave here, continue to get services outside, you know, get the outside treatment, whether it's going to your doctor, whether it's going to refill your medication. They will tell you, because you will be doing fine in the hospital, because I was doing good, you know, in the hospital. Then once I got out, I think the first or the second time, I stopped taking the meds, and then I ended right back in the hospital. And they tell you, make sure you take your meds, make sure you're going to sleep, make sure you have a good diet, make sure you exercise, make sure you don't put yourself in too much stressful situations, even though stress is going to exist, but don't add on to the stress. You need to learn how to manage your stress by taking the medicine, by eating right, by working out, and all of those things. And of course, Jaguar had a lot of stress because she was trying to do interviews. She was overwhelmed. She brought in Solar. That's more stress. Her husband, according, you know, was acting up. That's literally more stress. And so we're seeing all of this. And I said, we need to get treatment for her. And I've said it to other YouTubers, but a lot of them they just wanted a click and a view, but they ain't touching no other story. They exploited Jaguar Wright. Now, we did not formally invite Jaguar Wright to our show. We invited her back in 2018, 2019, when she first started doing interviews. We invited her on the show. That's when she went on Storm, and it went ultra viral. And that's when we invited her. She blocked me on Instagram. So when she came on my show, she just hit the link, and she came on for a couple of minutes. And we was gonna dive into the mental health, all of that stuff, but she hung up. And you know how that goes. But we only got like a couple of minutes of her presence. We did not email her this year or even last year. We emailed her back the year before last when she was doing interviews with everybody else, but she blocked me on Instagram. So you know how that goes. So when I was live, she immediately came on the show. Now, yeah, she did. Like when she came on other YouTuber shows, she wasn't in her right mind. She was out. She was incoherent. She was saying some things that wasn't making any sense. She needed treatment then. So I knew that she was going to have her breaking point. And she had her breaking point, because when you go through your mania, it just don't start when you just boom, have a breakdown. It is a process. It like you're very, very happy, or you're very, very sad, or you're very, very talkative. People forget that. Well, he and all that type of stuff. And Jay-Z, and I told you about that. You get extra talkative, talking a lot, just belligerent. Then you get these grand ideas. The grand idea, Jay-Z watching me. Jay-Z trying. You get all these grand ideas. You start to get really, really, really paranoid, and then it come that mania. It comes out, and you get belligerent. You all that, and then one day you have that break. So she pick up them ashes. She start rubbing it on her face. She start throwing the ashes at her husband. She's having that breakdown. And I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm only speaking from my experience. And I saw that she was having that breakdown. And when she had that breakdown, that's when I knew that Jaguar Wright needed help. And I was happy she had the breakdown because I knew they was going to give her some help. Because most of these psychiatric people and stuff like that, you have to literally commit a crime before they help you. We don't have it in this country where laws are so protected for patient rights, meaning if you have a family member, if you're trying to get them to get treatment, technically, if they don't break a law, it is hard for you to get them in a psych hospital. You have to go through a lengthy court battle and you may still lose. Like my grandmother tried years to get my uncle to get treatment, but she was able to get a court order and he spent the rest of his life in a psych hospital. He died in a psych facility. So when it came to Jaguar, I knew that she was not going to get help until the authorities get involved and just force her in the hospital. And I was glad that it happened because she don't get along with her family. Her family distanced themselves from her. She don't get along with her ex-husband. Her ex-husband distanced her from it. She really don't get along like that. And her son just deal with her, but her son know that it's something going on with my mom. And so he loved his mother. He don't want to throw his mother away. What son do? But I'm glad that she was able to get help, not just for herself, but also for her last living son, so he can see his mother well, coherent, healthy, and to be able to not be on the internet. And then maybe when she get well, maybe when she gets treatment, you will not see her going with rants. Maybe she will be focused and say, hey, I want to get an album. Hey, I want to write a book. Hey, I want to do this, instead of just going on YouTube channels. Now, she went on a lot of YouTube channels. YouTubers fell out. It was one YouTuber, she went on their channel and they fell out with each other. That YouTuber said, hold on. That YouTuber said, I got the quote. Hold on. Got the quote. That YouTuber said, quote, I don't care if Jaguar, she said the D word today. I don't care. So, but that particular YouTuber, she been on her channel a countless times. So I'm like, wow. But that, Jaguar, been on the channel a lot. Okay, so that's how that go. I'm like, oh no. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me now you gonna say all these things about Jaguar and all this, but you wasn't saying it when she was on your channel and getting clicks and views and making you go viral, and when she was dragging Nicki Minaj, when she was dragging Kenneth Petty, she wasn't all of that. But now that you see her having her breakdown, oh, now you want to distance yourself and say, hey, I don't care if she ends today. Oh, now you have that energy, but you weren't having that energy when she was dragging Nicki Minaj, when she was dragging Kenneth Petty, when that narrative came out of the surviving the Pettys, no issue with it. But once you saw that she started turning on you and dragging you, then you want to, you can't even say the lady name in person on the channel. So that's just how that goes. So, yikes. 1K in the chat. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. Now, the main event, because we're going to take some phone calls. I've been telling y'all that Larry Reid, and I've said this months ago to Larry privately, and I'm saying it publicly. I said, you need to sue Tasha, because she's going to talk about the accuser. I knew that she was going to talk about you months ago. I said, she's going to interview him. And you need to sue, oh, yeah, Wiley, I'm going blah, blah, blah. I said, because once this happened, the public will turn against you. Didn't do it. We were checking Pacer today to see what something was filed. Nothing was filed against Tasha K or Levantre. Okay? Nothing with Levantre. Nothing with, let me check Pacer again. Nothing with Unwind with Tasha K or Kibi Studios. I don't see any of that being posted with Kibi Studios or with Levantre. Nothing. I'm checking Pacer right now. Absolutely nothing has filed. The only lawsuit is filed is with another YouTuber that he sued. And yeah, that's the only one. So we don't have nothing that came up with today, the current case. And this is the story of Levantre Adams. So I looked it up. Nothing, no Larry Reid versus Levante Adams, nothing. No Larry Reid live versus Tasha K or KB Studios, nothing. You don't see any of that on Pacer. We actually checked with a lot of other people, legal experts that follow my channel. Levante, okay? So we don't see any of that. So now the interview had dropped. It dropped today at 12 p.m. noon on the TashaKLive.com. I'm the first and only blogger that is going to review it first. All right. The rest of them just don't want to touch it because Larry Reid paid off a lot of bloggers. Give them $500 super chats, $1,000, laptops, cash apps, condoms, lube, conversation, tickets, OnlyFans, help them to get their OnlyFans subscriptions and all this. So they ain't touching it. All right. They touching Jaguar. They just ain't gonna touch this story. Okay. They ain't gonna touch this story. They ain't gonna touch it. And if they is gonna touch it, they ain't gonna know what to do. Oh, I don't know. One YouTuber went live. I don't know if I'm believe it, but I can't hang out if he did it. I'm gonna wait until all the details come out, and I'm wait to this receipt that Tasha got. I don't know. I can't be friends with a person that does it. I don't know. So if it is true, if they doing all that, they did do no. I'm just like, look at these people just stumble because they got money from Larry. They got all that money. So they in the middle. They just I just don't know. You might as well go on and speak in tongues. You might as well just speak in tongues because these people been paid off. Larry, he tried to pay me. He paid me with a couple of cash apps, but it wasn't enough for me to retire. I'm talking about millions. We gave Larry a chance, $2 million, and we won't cover this story. We will act like this story don't exist. I'll be on an island somewhere with me and my family. But if you ain't giving me $2 million tonight, I need to keep on talking. I got to get my ministry off the ground to preach to people and prophesy to people. So you only gave me a couple of dollars. That ain't enough. Buy a little hamburger. That's about it. By the time you get a hamburger, some French fries, and buy some socks, and that's about it. I'm talking about $2 million. So I could be like you and wear gold chains, wear Prada and Gucci. Man, go to Las Vegas and eat a steak. I like steak too. I ain't really eating steak like that. I'm on a diet. But hey, let me eat a big old lobster tail and bring in people in my house and have a mansion and have a house in Florida, have a house in Georgia. I pay out and retire my parents. That's the type of money I want. The little money you give me ain't gonna keep me quiet. That's too little. Them pockets too low. Man, you better give me some. You better give me something to make me go. We like, oh, I need something like that. That make me go, oh, all these digits. Yeah, I want to be out there sucking on some ribs. I like ribs. So them was some good expensive ribs. See, I get the fake ribs. When you got money, you get them big thick ribs. You can just. I want to be able to do that too. I want to be able to have an event and Yolanda Adams sit down with me and then she sing me a song and I right there. I want the type of money when John P. Key get up there with his big old self on that piano singing, he welcomed me. I want that type of finances, but just $100, $200 here and there, that ain't enough. That can't pay my rent. I can't pay my rent with $200. Now, if you pay my rent off for about 10 years, then yeah, I'll have your side. I'll be like the other blog with all that false hair. Ain't real. That ain't no real hair. That's false. That ain't your hair. So, and all that, I'll be dragging folks all day. You paid my rent off for 10 years. Bought me a new BMW. Man, hey, bought me enough so I could pay a staff. Then yeah, I could defend you all day long. I could defend you. But paying me a little $100 here, $50, that ain't enough. That's too low. Absolutely not. That's too low. Get out of here with that. That ain't enough to buy me off. What you thought? You thought I was cheap? Man, no. Millions. I want to be able to rub elbows with Bishop Bernard Jordan and his son that's in the closet. I want to be able to talk to the son that's in the closet. I really do want to talk to that son. He in the closet working on his body. He just needs to come out of the closet. God bless you. God love you. God wants you blessed. Sir, I ain't with nobody. God is this. Well, let me tell you about the Lord. The Lord is my shepherd. I should not want. He lay me in the green pastures. Yeah, I want to be with that sir. He just needs to come on out the closet. He know he might as well come on out. I see him right there. I'm literally knocking on the closet. Just come on out, prophet. Just come on up out of that closet so you can be free. Man, please. Just all that type of stuff. Man, he's just all up in the closet. Feminine. Oh, yeah. The Lord is my shepherd. Yes, Larry Reid. I feel something right now. I had to unsubscribe from his ministry. Everybody in this ministry is feminine. One person reached out to me in this ministry, said, what do you want the Lord to do for you? Nothing. Tell you to repent and come out that closet. And I unsubscribed. I said, don't be calling me that early, that feminine. Ain't nowhere in the world getting you making me feel some type of way like that. No, no. I don't want the Lord to you tell me absolutely nothing. Sit on down somewhere. I don't want that prophecy, all that type of stuff. No. And I subscribe to his prophecy thing. Baby, them people will call you and say, the Lord wants you blessed right now. I have to unsubscribe. I have to unsubscribe from the app. Okay? I had to unsubscribe. So I unsubscribed for that ministry because he ain't out the closet. So I can't receive his ministry because he ain't free himself. Come out the closet, then maybe we can talk and date and do everything else. So I want to give a special shout out. I see someone sent a super chat, Miss Grisha, for being one of. Okay, I read that. Also, thank you everybody that sent a super chat. Thank you, T.I. Thank you for sending a super chat. Thank you, Karen, for sending a super chat. Thank you, Blue Skies, for sending a super chat as well. So thank y'all for giving. And so, yeah, that man working on his body chain, need to come out of class. He's very attractive. I'm not that for the prophecy. I'm for another P because there's a lot of P's. I ain't after the prophecy. You know that type of P that grows. You know that type of P. Another P. I'm following him to see when he gonna come. He's very attractive. Very attractive. Muscles, man. Hey, date me so I could be the first man. All right. So that's just how that goes. Now we get to the interview. Now the interview is available on TashaKLive.com. Now she got me blocked on the app. She blocked me, but that don't mean I don't have access to that app because I got some good producers out there in the world, worldwide. I think a producer, she live in London. Yeah, I think she live in London. Reached out, said, I want you to talk about the app. And I said, yeah, she paid for it. And I said, I'll be on the app. So we talk about a lot of the details in this interview. We're going to review it right now. So she interviewed Levante Adams. They sat down one-on-one. And he said, I'm originally from Frankfort, North Carolina, 15. But I lived in Raleigh, North Carolina. He also said he have an older brother. He said his brother have a different daddy than him. He said Levante said his parents were married for 13 years. He said he had a dope childhood. He said he plays the drums. He said he travels with artists. However, elementary school, his dad was a superhero. He said his grades were decent. And he said his parents divorced. Then Tasha asked him a question. Did you ever doubt about church? He said, I doubt it. He said his mom went from the club to the pulpit. She asked him, do you have any childhood trauma? She said, my mom and dad divorced. He said, my father went from a hero to being absent. He also said that he went absent, and he said he never been arrested. He said at the age of 15, he had a relationship. He had relations with a woman. And then Tasha K asked him, how did you get to know Larry Reid Ministry? He said, it was my mom. She visited the church. This is Levante Adams' answer. She visited Breakthrough Temple. He said making money planning. Levante said he's making money playing the drums, and he said the mother visit Breakthrough Ministry, that is Larry Reid Ministry, first. He said, I was playing the drums at another church, getting paid. He said about 14 or 15 years old. She asked, did they hire you as a drummer? He said in the first month, they asked him to play for the Larry Reid Ministries. He said that he found it weird when men hug each other. He said he finds that weird. He said that Larry Reid was the pastor and he was over Bible study. He said, Tasha K asked Levante Adams, what kind of pastor was he? Levante responds with this, said that it was a very spooky type of religion. They will pray and they randomly will speak in tongues. According to Levante, the ministry was kind of spooky. He said one day Larry would be in the pulpit and then he just go randomly speaking in tongue. And she said, "What did you enjoy it?" He said, I got used to it. He said he got used to that because he said it was all new to him because it wasn't like that in other churches that he's a part of. She said, when did things take a turn? She asked Levante. Levante said, less than a year, the grooming start. When he came into the church, he said, less than a month, the grooming start. And then he also shifted gears and said he's seen his wife, meaning Levante, the wife that he's married with now, was a member of Larry Reid Ministries. And he said it was a question that the church asked the wife to stand at that time and asked her, what do you want in a husband? And he said just her having that conversation, like standing up, he knew that was going to be his wife. She had good frequency. That is what Levante was saying about his wife that he's married with now. All right. I'm going to go to these notes. Hold on 1 second. Okay. He said that Larry Reid had a preaching engagement in Mooresville. He said that he said, Levante, it is easy to manipulate you if they could. This is a question. He said it's easy for people to manipulate you if they could. And Levante said, why you say that? Okay, let me say this. Okay. So he said the grooming started because he said either you're going to be gay or you're going to be a womanizer. He said the reason why he moved with Larry Reid is because he was having relations with a woman in this house that he was at. So the church found out and they all agreed that Levante go live with Larry Reid. Because if you wanted to date somebody in the ministry, you had to get permission by Larry Reid. If you want to get a new vehicle or new clothes, you had to get Larry Reid permission. This is all Levante's words. Tasha K inserted and said, Larry called her and said, the way that you wear your hair like that, it disturbs my spirit. And that you shouldn't wear your hair like that. Speaking spiritually, you shouldn't wear your hair like that. And Tasha K claimed that she had to hang up on him because why would you tell me? Only person that can tell me how to wear my hair or to change my hairstyle, it would be my husband. And then Tasha K, Larry Reid told Tasha, I can give you a massage if you want to. So Larry, according to Tasha K, said that he can give Tasha K a massage, and Tasha K refused. Levante said, my opinion that Larry Reid is gay. He said, Levante Adams said, Larry Reid plays both sides. He said that Larry Reid, when he was a member, Levante said Larry Reid spoke against homosexuality and said they're going to hell. Then Tasha K inserted herself and said she recorded a video of him saying that he have suck peen. This is Tasha K explaining what Larry Reid said. That Larry Reid said, I rode peen. And then when she came out with the video, Larry Reid denied it. And Larry Reid said, according to Levantre, that Larry Reid told him, if you're doing something with a man that does not make you gay, he said that to him at 15. If you're doing something with a man that does not make you gay, that only makes you freaky. Tasha K asked him, how old was Larry Reid? Levantre Adams said, in my 20s. Levantre Adams said this: the company that Dr. Larry Reid keep around him will be feminine men, and that Larry Reid and Levantre will travel for gigs, and Larry Reid will always say, this person is gay, that person is gay. Then Levantre said this: Dr. Larry Reid and his wife did not sleep in the same bedroom. Then it switched to Tasha asking him about Sir Marco. He said, I love Sir Marco. Sir Marco is Larry Reid's friend. Levantre Adams said, I will take a bullet for him. But his loyalty is with Larry Reid. Levantre Adams had a conversation with his godmother about Larry Reid, and the word got back to Sir Marco, and Sir Marco called Levantre Adams and said, why are you talking about Larry Reid? He said that was the last time he talked to Sir Marco. He said that Levantre Adams said that Sir Marco had a love and hate relationship with Larry Reid. So Sir Marco, according to Levantre Adams, said that Sir Marco said, I can't wait until Larry Reid get famous because he can stop pretending to be famous. Then Tasha K said that he have all his money. Tasha K said this, but Larry Reid don't own any properties. Tasha K said that Larry Reid makes $40,000 a month, but he gave $20,000 to Sir Marco. Okay. Then she asked him, why are you upset? He said, okay, I already told you about the whole womanizer and all of that. I already talked about that part. So this is the juicy part. Okay, we got all that. This is the juicy part that y'all need to hear. Levantre said, Larry Reid said, I want to do a test to ask you to see if you're gay or not. So Larry Reid asked Levantre at the age of 15, I want to do a test to see if you're gay or not. And he asked Levantre, are you gay? And then Levantre said, I started questioning. He asked me a question at 15, is I'm gay? And that he wanted to test to see if I'm actually gay. And Tasha said, well, what was the test? Levantre Adams said, he called me into his room. This is Levantre Adams at 15 years old because he lived with Larry Reid. He called me to his room. Levantre said he was living with Larry Reid. And then when you move into Larry Reid, because, okay, I already told you that part. So they was in the room. I'm going to make sure I get these notes right. I'm going to say this part. Larry told Levantre Adams to take off your clothes and sit beside him. And he gave the P word, put on a video to see if he will get a rise by that. So Larry was on the bed, put on some gay, film to see will Levantre get a rise by that. And they said Levante said that it physically made him sick that he had to get butt naked in front of Larry Reid. He said physically made him sick. He said he was sitting on the floor in front of the futon to see if he get, Larry wanted to see the Levante get hard. Then Levante said that to Larry, he told Larry, I want to be a gay male stripper when I go to college, to make money. And then Larry Reid told Levante Adams in an interview, why don't you do it now? Dance naked. I remember standing up. He pulled the computer around and standing there naked. He said, look back, he started to see Larry Reid play with himself. And he said, once he released himself, he grabbed a paper towel. And Levante asked Larry Reid, so is I'm gay or not? He said Larry Reid did not respond. Then there was another encounter. He said he came to the house. He wanted me to take all off my clothes. He wanted me to lay there on my back. He started to give me a massage, put his hand real close to my private area. This is Levante telling his account with him and Larry Reid. And he said, finally, he grabbed it. And he said, just relax. He proceeded to jerk me off. And this wasn't right. And Levante said to Tasha, I couldn't say it wasn't right. I just could not wrap my mind around and say that. He said, I remember the sound of the space heater in the room. He said he remembered that he did climax. That's what the victim, Levante Adams, is saying. Levante Adams said he had his eyes closed. And he didn't get to the thing about the church with him playing the drums. So Levante said he eventually got paid to play the drums. He was getting $350 a month to play the drums. Then Levante said Larry Reid asked him that he presented an idea that I can pay you more money. And he said, well, what do I have to do? Wash dishes, mow the lawn? He said this is what Larry told Levante, according to in this interview, when I feel horny, you can help me relieve myself. You just come in the room, take off your clothes, and I will jack off. And he said, I think the number came up to $60. $60. And he said, and then Levante said, I will give you text, code words. And he said the code words would be cool, mean he's good. He said, if Larry Reid will text me warm/hot, that means he's horny. He said in the beginning, he said he would just stand in front of Larry, turn in a circle, and Larry would jack off. He said took a turn, Larry. He said that Larry and him had a bank account together. It was connected to Larry Reid bank account, Bank of America bank account. And then Larry Reid said, I will give you more money if you will allow me to penetrate you. And he said, it won't hurt. That's what Larry Reid, according to Levante, said. He was a 15-year-old child. And he said that Larry tried to entice him with money. Okay. Then he said he did file a police report. He said it happened at one place and then it happened at another place. He said that Larry lived in Grace Park in Mossville, North Carolina, and believed to be that Larry Reid stayed on the third floor. He said one weeknight, Larry did not go to church. He asked Levantre to stay with him. And he said his assistant at the time was there, other people was there, and they all went to church. Only ones that was left in the house was Larry Reid and Levantre. So he said that Larry Reid called them into the room. And he proceeded to give Larry Reid proceeded to give Levantre a massage on the bed, according to Levantre Adams. He said in the midst of the massage, he started to suck my peen. Now, Levantre said Larry Reid was giving him a massage, and he started to suck my peen. Now, mind you, Levantre said that was never what they was doing in the past. He was just jerk, massage, that was it. But this time, he said Larry Reid upgraded, and he started to suck his peen while he was 15 years old. He said he jumped back. Levantre said, I jumped back. He said, I don't want to do this. And then he said he did it. And she asked, did you ever climax? He said, yes, I climaxed in Larry Reid's mouth. She asked, did he ever penetrate? He said, yeah. He said, yes. He said, if I would have allowed Larry Reid to penetrate me, I would have ended my life. So that's pretty much that happened, to sum up what happened. And then it gets to the messages, because Tasha K said, well, where's the receipt? So apparently one of the members got a phone and they saw the messages between Levantre and they seen the messages between Larry Reid. And she said that she felt in her spirit that something was going on between Larry Reid Live, and she was a member of the church, and Levantre. And so she saw it in her phone that Larry Reid was texting Levantre. They was going back and texting Levantre, and it was very graphic text messages. So Tasha K said, when you call and reach out, I did not want to take the story unless it's a receipt. Well, apparently they couldn't find the text messages, but it is a DM between Larry Reid and Levantre Adams that have not been deleted, that Tasha K actually got the DM. So that sums up part one. Part two is going to be Tasha K and Levantre's mother. Part two. I believe she said part three is going to be Levantre's wife. Both Levantre's mother was a member of Larry Reid Ministries. Levantre's wife was a member of Larry Reid Ministries. Okay. And that pretty much sums up all what really happened. I think personally, Larry Reid should take a lie detector test. I also believe the police need to reopen this case if it's closed or not. I also believe that Larry Reid should temporarily resign from his ministries. I also believe that people should cease to give money until Larry Reid addresses to a full investigation with the police, handle this situation. I do believe that he should stop requesting funding for people until he address these allegations. I also believe that Bishop Bernard Jordan should make a public to say that he is praying and that he wants to investigate. I'd also believe that Yolanda Adams should make a statement that she's praying and that hope that this should be investigated. I also believe that Shamarko should make a statement and say that this should be investigated and to put prayers for this victim. I also believe that Larry Reid ex-wife should make a statement as well and take a lie detector test. But I also stand on it that the police should reopen if the case is closed to reopen. It was a police report, but I think they definitely should redo that. And to the end, I believe that Larry Reid should resign in his position as pastor. Whatever he's doing over there, he should cease doing that. I talked to 10 people today that said they want to unsubscribe from the app. and we will see how that's going to go. But we have already unsubscribed from the app, and we ceased all communications with Dr. Larry Reid until he addressed all of these allegations on the Larry Reid Live show, the Larry Reid YouTube, the Larry Reid Live Instagram, the Larry Reid Patreon, because this is coming for a 15-year-old boy. He's a man now, but you got to go back when this Levante was 15 years old. 15 years old. 15 years old. 15 years old that this happened to him when he was 15 years old, and we need Larry Reid to make a response. So today I've been calling the Christian Post. I also been calling BET. I've been calling all of these type of people. Called Bishop Bernard Jordan office today. Nobody wanted to give a statement. Nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody wanted to have anything to do about it. But I also said this: we should pray for Levante Adams. We're going to be adding Levante Adams to our prayer call. We're going to be praying for him on Monday. If you want to be invited and come, he's more than welcome to come to our prayer call on Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be praying that God uncover the mess that went on, that he gets some type of justice, that we get the answer. So we will be adding Levante Adams to our prayer call. And I've also said, mothers, be careful having your pastors watching your boys when you're doing that type of way. So you got to be very, very careful with that. So we're going to allow you all to come on in to call in, but we ask you, do not say the M word, do not say the R word. You will be blocked, and you will not be able to call into the Wiley Show ever again a day of your life unless you pay $1,000. Okay? All right, no cuss words. All right, ping, you better be proper and all that type of stuff. If you do, you'll be blocked, and you have to pay $1,000 to get unblocked. Okay, so we're going to open up the phone lines. We're only going to take a couple. We're going to take about 3 calls, and we're done. We're going to take 3 calls. If you want to be one of the 3, you can super chat your way to the top, and we will allow you on. We're going to take 3 callers. We'll take more than that if you super chat your way to your last 4 and to the way to the top. You know what I'm saying for that. So, okay, we're going to take 3 callers. All right. Anybody else that want to call in after the 3, you're going to have to super chat your way, your last 4, and you call in. And then once you call in, I'll bring you on. Okay. All right. So let's put the phone lines up on the screen. We're going to take 3 and we're done. All right. Here we go. I want to make sure, is it going to ring? Let me make sure this is off. Okay. I'm going to make sure. All right. Anybody want to call in? Is this working? I'm going to also drop the link just in case the phone lines don't work. Okay. Just in case if it don't work, we're going to drop the link. All right. Also, we had a couple of super chats. Thank you, Blue Skies, for that as well. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. You need to
Hello?
do that. Did you mute me? Go ahead.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I'm a little bit confused about this situation. I do not really know what to think, to be honest with you, and I really don't per se. I think this is still hearsay. I think this is still his word against Larry Reid word.
Should Larry,
you know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. Should he address it to his congregation? Yes or no?
Yes, most definitely. He should address it. He should address it on every platform that you stated. I agree with that.
Do you think
what do you think?
Do you think the police should investigate this? Because it was a police report. Do you think they should really get into this case and really investigate it? Yes or no?
Probably, yeah. Yes.
All right. Thank you so very much, ma'am, for calling in.
You're welcome, Molly.
Bye-bye. All right. Do anybody else want to call in? We are live. Okay, we are live. Make sure y'all like the video. Oh my God, screenshot that. We got 1,300. We need y'all to screenshot that. I think this is the highest this year. Yes, it's the highest this year. Make sure y'all like it, screenshot. Yes. Oh my gosh, 1,300 people. And I know y'all didn't watch it. So all the people that did not pay their $12.99, and we gave y'all a review. Y'all are more welcome to send us a cash app for those people that did not did not pay that, and we gave y'all a review. So if you want to give it to the ministry, you can. Moderate the cash app. Okay. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, I wanted to say that another piece of proof that needs to be mentioned, you said that he had a bank transition with the Larry Reid. That could be proof right there if they could go back to the bank.
That was an account that was on Larry Reid's ministries. So I don't know if he had access to that because that was attached to Larry Reid Ministries, because Tasha did a after show and she said that was attached to Larry Reid Ministries. So yeah, that's how that. But it is a
okay. But how did it get to the guy? How did it get to the 15-year-old?
That because he had a bank account under Larry Reid's account. That was under Larry Reid's account.
Oh, okay. Dang. Okay. Okay, that's all I had to say. I thought I had something with that.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
All right.
All right, welcome to the Wiley Show. You need to mute me in the back.
Okay. Doing that right now. I did it. Okay, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Okay. How old did you say? How old is the victim now?
The victim now is a grown man.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering because if he met his wife at the church.
He's met his wife at the church. Yes, that's what I said in my.
So he was still going as an adult.
He was going as an adult when he met his wife. They're adults, right? When he was violated allegedly by Larry Reid, he was 15 years old, ma'am.
Okay. I just didn't know why
you think Larry Reid guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. Thank you so very much, ma'am. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. Everybody else that want to call in, we are here. Okay. We are here. Anybody else? Come on. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hello, how are you, Wiley?
Doing good.
I have a question, right? We hear, Dr. Larry Reid has said before that this case had came up. But was this case actually taken to court or something? Like, because we always seeing something about that this case had came up in the past, and that's what I'm confused about.
It came up and it dropped. He dropped it. Larry Reid dropped it.
Oh, Larry Reid dropped it.
Absolutely. Allegedly. He dropped
it. So the accuser never pressed charges against him?
He did. The accuser actually filed a police report.
So why nothing never came about that?
That is a question that we're going to talk to the police on Tuesday, but I haven't gotten a response because it's the weekend. So they really didn't want to get into it. So next week I'll make some more phone calls and I will definitely let you know.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's about it.
All right. Thank you. All right. Okay. We will take 2 more phone calls. Somebody cash out. They said take 2 more phone calls. So somebody cash out me. They said, Wiley, take 2 more phone calls. Okay. So we're going to honor that request. More phone calls. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley.
I gotta let you go because you're doing a little bit too much on there. Okay, we're gonna take 2 more phone calls. Okay. All right, we are live. All right. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we will be calling the cops that handle this thing. We will definitely break it down. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley. Okay, this is my question. I want to say this first. Every victim or assumed victim should be heard. I don't care if people are in the chat saying like it didn't happen, like this is a conspiracy. It doesn't matter. We was not there. We don't know. But this is my question. When Larry Reid and Tasha K got into it, it just seemed like things switched. Do you think that she got jealous of him, and then all of a sudden she's bringing up all these things?
All right, man. I want to hear you good. Are you have your phone in your back pocket, your headphones?
Hold on.
Because you sound real muffled.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, you must better ask your question again.
Do you think that this was a conspiracy with Tasha K? Because it seemed like all of a sudden it's like she was singing his praises, but then this thing with Bishop Whitehead came along and then she just was like, yeah, he is the enemy. So I feel like it was like a switch all of a sudden. Do you feel like she really just like dug these people up? Like, not saying that it's not true, because like I said, everybody should be heard.
Well, this is not the first time he have said the story never changed. This is the first in-depth sit-down interview. Now, he did share other things he have not shared with other people, but yes, Tasha K, her main focus is her job. Her job is to speak truth to power. Her job is to entertain. And so a victim not only came by himself, he came with receipts. His mother is going to be coming in part 2. His wife going to be coming in part 3. So she have a job to do. And my thing is this: justice for Levante Adams. I do believe this case needs to be investigated. I do believe that Larry Reid should resign to his position until this investigation is fully investigated. Until this case is fully investigated.
Okay, I understand that. Also, do you feel like if their relationship would have kept going, she never would have had these interviews? Like, how do you feel about that?
Tasha K would have still interviewed the victim.
And you think she would have held it and then put it out, huh?
She would have did it immediately.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But she would have held it until like bad times came, and then she still was gonna put it out anyway.
She would have did it immediately. Her and Larry Reid, according to Tasha, she wasn't that close to him like that. They were just co-workers. So she would have still put it.
Okay.
I know how Tasha thinks.
Okay.
She's not gonna she's not gonna pass by a show that can put more money in her pockets, because I just got the estimates today. My people alone, over 80 people signed up to the app alone, just out of my folks signed up to the app.
Wow.
So you do the math. I can't do the math in my head. So if 80 people of the Wiley Show producers went on the app, that's $1,000 right then and there, and that's not an account for our audience of all the people that's on there. So that didn't even count to the audience that she have on the app. That's with her audience, with the Winups.
Right. And I feel like also, though, she is for a click in the view, though. I do feel that, though, because I feel like he talked to somebody and he said that Tasha K has been knowing about this. We talked like in confidence about this, and she never, had this opinion of me being a predator, but now I am. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, wow. So she been knowing about this and she just never like had an opinion on it, but now all of a sudden it's like
she never had a conversation with the victim. She just took Larry Reid's word for it, and when she did her research and the victim reached out, then now we're here today. So any other questions concerning Tasha? I can't really speak for her. This is only my opinion. Those type of questions, you have to pay the $12.99, and when she do that after show, you call her and ask her those questions.
Right, I got you. Well, thanks, Wiley.
Thank you so very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, we will take one more caller. Someone actually Cash App said take one more caller. All right, so we'll take one more. All right. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. I am a church drummer.
Hold on. I need you to mute me in the back.
Okay, I did.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm a church drummer. First of all, he was lowballing that little boy. The fee that he was giving him a month, we make on a Sunday. So he was taking advantage of him and lowballing him on the money. That's first. Second of all, how you gonna give Shamarco $20,000 and you only giving this boy $300 or something a month? As drummers, we make $200 to $300 a Sunday. Okay, that's first. And then second, I just want to know what ties did he have with Yolanda Adams, because you said she need to come in and
he was on the show Kingdom Business. She came into his conference, and Londa have not spoken about these allegations, nor have BET, because BET hired Larry Reid, so none of that have happened. But do you believe that Larry Reid violated that 15-year-old Levante Adams?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Because if they can open up the old cases of R. Kelly, then they can open up these cases of him and the dude. And it's karma, because all Larry Reid do is expose pastors and preachers, and it's just gonna come around. And I think that that's why he was doing this, so he could just kind of build like a, you know, how I'll expose you, you know what I'm saying, type thing. But when it comes to me, I don't know what his game was exposing other preachers, and he got his little dirt. But at the same time, like, he really lowballed the little boy on that amount that he was giving him. And I just pray for him and the family. And Larry Reid know better. And I don't understand how Shamarko getting 20,000.
And my thing is this: Larry Reid should talk about it on the Larry Reid. I was talking to someone today. They said Larry Reid needs to do a press conference on all of his social media.
He has to, because those people that believe in him and give money and claim that they getting saved and reaching God through him, he has to, because they deserve some type of, you know what I'm saying, some type of answer to what's going on.
Absolutely.
Why he's doing it.
And that's why I have to say Larry Reid definitely should resign until this be investigated. And I'm still saying this allegedly, because this is not in the court system, you know, to protect myself in media. But I also believe that Larry should speak on the Larry Reid Live YouTube channel, the Larry Reid Live Twitter, the Larry Reid Live Instagram, the Larry Reid Live Facebook.
Even if it's alleged or not.
Yes, because when Eddie Long was accused of these things,
and that's what I was about to say.
Okay, he had to speak. He had to speak to the New Birth congregation. He could not go to another church and respond to these allegations with less followers. Get into it. He responded to his audience, his congregation.
Right.
Larry Reid have to do the same.
Exactly. You have upper elders and pastors and apostles and doctors that have to, you making that whole congregation, whether you're Church of God in Christ or Apostolic or Southern Baptist, you have to answer for that, and you're making that group, that demographic look bad. So yeah, you got to sit your ass down. And then I heard he had only he.
Thank you all so very much for tuning in to the Wiley Show, for the support. You all have been calling in, showing us support. This has been an awesome episode. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all share. We're going to do an after show over there on Station Head. After show on Station Head. For those people that was on my Twitter, I want to post my Twitter really quickly. We're going to keep the conversation all over Twitter. We ask that you follow us on Twitter today. Follow us on Twitter today. We are definitely will be on Twitter. Okay. So make sure y'all tweet us on Twitter. And it was a photo that I want to show y'all that I posted on Twitter. Let me show y'all what I posted on Twitter. Okay. All right, here we go. Now this photo what I posted on Twitter, this is what made me like, wow, look at this. Now this photo that you all see, that was when the guy was talking about how Levante Adams were, that Larry was proceeded to lick on his private part. And this is the face of Tasha K. She did that. And I said, whoa, let me freeze that and take a picture of that. And I said, this reaction of Tasha K is shocking. I mean, Larry Reid Accuser is dropping some hot tea. Tonight, I'll be reviewing it all on the Wiley Show YouTube page. So make sure y'all retweet that. That was the look that she was getting on the show. And she said, wow, because she wasn't expecting that, because he was dropping something he haven't dropped on any other channel. And she definitely, that was the look of her. So again, thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all subscribe. If you want to be added to the text list, you can text Wiley to 888-534-4939. Text Wiley to 888-534-4939. You can definitely do that. Our cash app is $Marquise28. If you want to bless us, say, hey, Wiley, I want to bless your channel. I want to give it to you personally. You can do that. Cash app, $Marquise28. We also have a PayPal as well. If you want to join our Patreon, you can, or our members only, you can. We have all of the information in the Mo info box, and the moderators will post it as well. P.O. Box 701122, Dallas, Texas 75370. Okay. Also, if you are calling, this is my number where you can reach me directly. If you got any tea, you can reach me directly with a story. If you want to text it all to me, got any tea on your celebrity, any tea on politician, any tea on anybody that I should know about, you can go ahead on there and call me directly. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Little black boy, you're beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When things get hard, just know it only gonna last for a little while. Thank y'all so very much. Okay. This is the Wiley Show. I said what I said I am. I am what I said I could be. The Wiley Show will always entertain. Always, always, always. Thank y'all so very much for the love. Thank y'all for the support. And drop down in the comments and let me know. All right. After show unfiltered on Station Head. So if you want to drag me, you can do it on Station Head. We're going to do a quick little after show over there on Station Head. Make sure y'all join us on Station Head. Of course, it is an app. This is how it pops up. The Wiley Show. Download the app, Station Head. Download the app, Station Head, and follow us. And you can listen to some unfiltered good comedy. All right. All right. Kevin Hart ain't got nothing on me. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Thank you to the moderators. Thank everybody that. Thank you. 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 We will see y'all in the next live. Peace.